my extended abstract, and this is the title, as Beji has said. I have a slide related to myself. I want to introduce myself. I'm a postdoctoral researcher in Massey University. I just started my study and research here related to construction. My background is a data scientist. I do modeling, and I'm working mostly like half-time with the Can Construct team that they want to model the whole industry based on the sector, pipeline, and compare them in the middle to get connected. I'm a researcher there. Yeah, badminton and yoga is my favorite. If you want to know anything, just let me know. This is the outline. First, I explain about the model technology in construction and then how big data can help us. And data structure, missing data, challenges in front of the big data, and the conclusion. This is the modern technologies. And in the recent year, very gradually, the modern technology comes to the construction. And we have a different kind of a modern technology. For example, we have drone to produce lots of images for us. We have the RFID for the signal processing and based on the signals. We have BIM, as you explained about the BIM, to capture the whole life cycle of the project. We have the cloud computing that is like get connected together, and IoT, the Internet of the Thing, connect everything together. Yeah, this kind of modern technology comes to the construction, and they produce a large amount of the data every single day. As long as we have this amount of data, this data push the industry to enter the era of the big data. How big data can help the industry? For example, with the material estimation, labor and machinery needs. What is the needs is one of the big problems that we're working on that, especially in the Can Construct. How many labor we need? What is the capability of them? Design support system, managing the cost and risk, and detecting the structural damages and risk. Understand about the feasibility of the project, and lots of other things. As you can see, for example, in the BIM or other structure, we have different kind of the data based on the design team, construction team, or any other team. You can see different people from the different area. They use different software and they produce different kind of files. If we want to understand these files and bring it to the computer to understand, it's very difficult. There is no actually a line between them to get compatible with each other. Sometimes when you want to take the data from one software to another software, you lost lots of data, lots of information in the background of the first software. And again and again and again, it happens. Also, we have the structure. Do we have a structure in construction? Do we have a structure in the file? How they save their file? What kind of information is available there in each file? If you're working in Revit, all of the Revit people that are saving their file in the same way, or it's different? Different people add different information there. Okay, In general, we can consider the construction data, the structure of the data as a semi-structured or unstructured data. As you can see here, there is the files here all over the place in the construction. If we go through the big data, we have to merge all of this data to go through the way that they have to be. Another problem, the big problem, is the missing data. Lots of information happening between the people based on the phone call or just telling them do these things, and no information is available there. And missing data is one of the biggest problems in the construction. Or at least, for example, the organization give the information to the contractor, and contractor do this information, and the information give in their PC, in their system, and never back to the system to get analyzed and realized, and we can learn from our mistake. The big data is here. We have lots of information in the construction, but we cannot apply the big data in the construction. Why? Because we can rely on this data. In the computer science area, we have one phrase: rubbish in to the system, rubbish out. You can see they said this prediction is poor. The prediction is not poor. The data is poor. This prediction, this method that we want to apply, we should apply on the reliable data. We don't have any available data. If you go to the databases that are working based on the gathering the information, you can see that we don't have available data. The data is available for, is like the data that they are available, they are for years ago. And when you want to predict, you can predict, for example, 2 years. And then you can see, for example, I predict 2019 and 2020. It don't have any meaning. They are not getting updated. And the structure of the data, they are not structured, they are not in a table, they are not in a format, and they are unstructured data. Multiple inputs. Contractor put the information. The big company also put the information. If you want to calculate the amount of money that they spend, it's become multiple information. You can't trust the data that they are available. It's the big complexity because of the different kind of software and format of the file, and output inconsistency. Why is important for capacity and capability, and how big data can help us for the capacity and capability? For understanding the capacity and capability, especially in the government level, the high level that they want to decide about the future of the project, the big data as a tools that give them the information is very important. And then they can have the planning and they can have the long-term decision based on that data. But unfortunately, the data has a big problem in construction. Then big data can answer the questions. And no, the capability and capacity is a big problem to fund the worker, to fund the machinery, to fund the equipment and everything. In conclusion, we speak about the availability of the data and reliability of the data, and a structured format that has a big problem in the construction. Moving forward, we need the help of the government to put some policy to gather this data and make the system more standard for the gathering the data. Otherwise, this problem goes on and on. This is the reference that I used for this abstract. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And Q&A.